Hello and welcome to my activity where we are going to fill out the Business Information Organization spreadsheet together. Explain to you very quickly how the quick reference template complements the spreadsheet and makes managing your um, business information even more easier than the spreadsheet. And then we will go through each tab together. And I will tell you, what I had in mind and this creative process and a little bit of storytelling as we go along. And you'll be able to pause your screen, pause the video, and you'll be able to fill out the information with me as we go along and do it together. So I'll be using a fictitious business today. I thought it would be really cool to use a laundromat for some strange reason. I was just curious about what a laundromat might, look like in the spreadsheet. And you'll be able, every time I enter information into one of the cells, you'll be able to pretty much do the same thing. All right, so let's jump in. All right, so you have here on our right hand side the digital note template. It says, right, business quick reference sheet. And so if you look at one over here on the left hand side, this is the spreadsheet where it has the tabs, all the different tabs. This is the main product here, but I did create some complementary documents that I thought would make managing this information easier, like I said. So typically we'll start from the Start Here tab, and we'll go back to that. But right now, just want you to click on with me the General Information tab and taking a look at all the information you see here in the columns, because I know sometimes templates and Excel spreadsheets can look overwhelming. I created this sheet here so that you could copy and paste this into your notes and keep this information handy, or fill it out and print it out. Or if you wanted to print it out and then fill it out, I put the one here at the top with some lines. And you can do some spacing if you'd like, if you need more space to put the rest of some information in and things like that. Okay. We will go back to this. We'll come back to this here. And like I said, you see, so this information, right, it matches the ones here in the columns, but it's just you won't have to open up a spreadsheet every time you need to grab it. And you can customize this. You can add to it and take away from it, okay? Make it your own. I always say that. All right, so let's get into filling out the spreadsheet, okay? Let's go to the Start Here tab and see where it says Business Information Master Document. Right, fun. Welcome. This template organizes all your business information in one secure place. Start with general information. Fill in your complete business details. I agree with that. And I'll finish and then I'll go back to getting started with the instructions. 2. Gray italic text shows examples. Just replace with your real information, right? And back up the file. So that you always have updated information about your business, right? Always have the most updated version of your file available. Never email it. I think that is very wise advice because, right, once it's in the email, it's there forever almost, unless that person on the other end or the receiver goes ahead and not only puts it in the trash, but empties that trash, right? And you're not really there to see if that was really done, right? Update whenever business details change. So your business name might not change for a while, and some other things might not change either, like the website and maybe even your business banking or something. So that might not change, but some other things might change. You might change the business phone number, or other things like that. So tabs explained, and just kind of gives you an overview of what you might be tracking in each tab. All right, so let's head over to general information, and you see the gray fields they were talking about earlier. So we're going to begin to do each tab at a time, and what you can do is you can just follow along with me. I'm just going to go through each column. Okay. You can pause the video if I'm moving a lot faster than you. Or you can pause the video now and put in everything that you know, and then you can skip it if you really don't need someone to do this with you, you know. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and right here, I'm just going to click on this cell. I'm going to leave this information up here at the top. I'm not actually going to replace it like it suggests in the tab here. Let me see. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, for me, I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to delete that. And so what I would do is, because I don't really like the double lines like that, sometimes I just like to spread them out. So the name of our laundromat, right? We have a laundromat, and this is my fictitious business. I'm putting this information in here. Hopefully you're putting in your business name, or if you don't have a business name yet, I won't do that demonstration here and now, but just make sure you do the search when you're trying to come up with one. You can use Perplexity to do a search, or ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT to help you come up with business names, or you can put in an idea of your business name, the one that you're thinking of naming your business. Use that, put that name in there, and you can ask ChatGPT. You can say, hey, are there any other business names similar to mine, similar to this one already? If so, where is that business located? And I'm going to put together a really small guide on how to pick a business name successfully, long-standing one. So just look out for something like that. I won't make any promises now. I haven't done it, but that does seem like it's a really cool idea, and I'll probably write it down so I don't forget it. Okay, Maple Street Family Laundromat. All right, and this is where you probably have paused the screen, or you're going to shortly, maybe not. But we're going to get into the owner. So the owner's name is Denise Alvarez. I'm going to pretend to be some sort of data entry virtual assistant right now, because the information I'm getting from a sheet of paper here next to me. Okay, so the physical business address. It says here next to me that the physical business address, and if you don't have a physical business address yet, they do like you to have an address where there is a person, where someone comes there, there's a person there. The secretary's office doesn't like for someone to have a virtual address for a business where it's just a virtual box and no one is there. So a resident agent address is typically the safest for someone, but if they're really starting out and they need to use their home address, it will always be in the historical record, like the very first articles filed, but you can always change it and update it later with the secretary's office when you go to do your annual filing. And I believe you can update your articles at any time. All right, so let's see, mailing address. Well, for the sake of this activity, we're just going to put the same mailing address as the same as the physical. And the phone number, I'm going to put that in there. I mean, I'm not big on like formalities. I would have just thrown this in there with no code there. All right. Email address. Hello at we'll just put Maple Laundry. That's not the email they have in front of me, but it's so long that I'm not going to write it down at maplelaundry.com. So business description. And what do we do? Where's this description at on here? I'm pretty sure I came up with one. Okay, that's okay. So the purpose really is to show you how smooth this can be. You're simply just clicking on the cells and you're just entering the information, right? You're just entering the information. And like I said, for visual purposes, you can always drag these things out so they just look better visually. Or you can extend your cells if you'd like. Let's move on. So, see tax ID. Now, for the sake of privacy, and protecting your information, what you can do is you can turn your Wi-Fi off as you fill this out and complete it. And you can drag it onto a USB drive and keep that copy on the drive and keep no other copy of it anywhere else. You can keep just the copy on the USB drive, and you will know that that information is on the drive. But if I'm right, we should be able to password protect this file. And I can't show you what that looks like right now in my demonstration. But if I come to that and figure out how to do that, then I'll just create a second tutorial where I'm showing people how to create how to activate that password protection. I'm a MacBook and iCloud user, so that it would be most likely be for an Apple ecosystem. Okay. But for Windows users and MacBook users, you can always put your file on a USB drive and only update it or tend to it for when you need the information and stuff, or you need to update it. Okay. So yeah, this is just some fictitious information. So we've gone ahead and put in the EIN number and the DUNS number, and these things are really important. I put date of establishment and like type of business, LLC, and let me see, established, it says here. So you can go ahead and, I'll say really quickly, I put this kind of information in there because these are typically the key details that I've seen come up most commonly on forms and applications for when doing things for my business. And so I just put all of that here. And now I'm telling you, when I go to get information for my business, it is so easy. It is so, I'm just copying and pasting. I have several addresses in here. I have the mailing address in mine and my resident agent address, and I have a couple addresses here for my address field. If you're a one man or woman show, the owner's name might still be this key contact information down here, but still, having the actual business email might be hello at Maple Laundry, but then the contact email might be Denise at Maple Laundry. So it's really good to put this stuff here so you can have it. The URLs and links, and I went ahead and added a couple of links here at the bottom. These are some of the things that you can do for free. A lot of us feel like, we need to have money in order to start our, businesses, which is true. It's true. And time is money too, right? So we do need to have money and we need to have time. But when you have the time, using it wisely, and I mean, literally, I always say, listen, there's a lot you can do for free. Right now, you might not have your, you might not have paid for your website hosting and things like that, but it's not frowned upon. I mean, when you're going for funding, yes, the banks are looking for that that directory registration and good business credit, or they're looking for the website and domain and stuff, right? All the standards of a serious business. But you still can do a lot of things for free. I always say when you're bootstrapping, I think marketing is the most important, and just getting the word out there and getting started and not letting anything stop you. So there's a lot here you can do for free. These are free. Create your free YouTube. Create your free Instagram account. Start posting. You're thinking everyone is posting and you're going to drown and no one's going to see you, or you're thinking your content has to look a certain type of way, but it doesn't. get in Canva, bulk create, or just one day at a time, sit down with your pen and paper, Um, use AI to help you. There's so many tools. The tools are creating content now. They're just it's just amazing the power, the horsepower that these tools have. So here we go. So yeah, you can. I just put a couple of links here because a lot of them were the links, the relationships that I had, especially with me being a digital content creator. But I did put some stuff here, like for you all too. Like SendFox, you pay a lifetime fee of $50. I got that deal from AppSumo, and it's email marketing for life, right? For $50. You're not paying every month, you paid once, and now you have an email list. Cal.com, free calendar booking, has so many integrations. You can collect payment upon booking and, yes, upon someone booking an appointment. And you can connect it to Zoom, or you can even connect it to FaceTime if you're an Apple ecosystem user. There's a lot here. Linktree to kind of centralize and hub things. Facebook, if you are, going to be heavily marketing on Facebook and stuff. So, yeah. Oh, you know what I do not see up here, which is interesting, and I kind of want it to be below page. Kind of want it to be up here. And I want it to, I can't believe Pinterest not up here. See, I'm even forgetting some stuff. So, all right, let's move along. And I'm pretty sure you can get creative, right? Like you can think of notes, So if you want, you can pause the video at this time and you can fill out this information here as much as possible. You can even go ahead and create, maybe go ahead and create one of your social media accounts or create all of them and just bookmark them and, do your bio and, your bio should be the people, if you have a business and you're doing this for your business, so your customers, they look for brand consistency. So, come up with your bio and get your profile picture and just think about, and just have fun. Create your accounts and bookmark them. Google Workspace. So also too, it's funny. Let me see if the other tab is in here. Okay, so yeah, I did add an iCloud one, but I added it to mine and not this one because I'll be using iCloud. But I also didn't know what other programs I would put in there, like how Google Workspace has docs and slides and sheets and stuff. So, but yeah, let's dive into, and let's say you create like a Google form for your business, like sign up or registration, or it's an order form, and right, all these things are free, right? So why not use them? You can go ahead and put the file name here. So, you could put something like forms, sign up sheet. It could be something like that. The link would go here. So the name of it would be sign up sheet, probably. Or, MF or Maple Laundry sign up sheet. That's probably what it would be named. And then the purpose is to collect emails for monthly discounts. So you think about what forms you might have, or if you have this Excel sheet here, you might do for Google Sheets. You might do the business info sheet. And then the link here might be whatever this link is here from Google Drive, from the Google Workspace. You just grab that link and put it right in here. And the purpose, to centralize business data. You can even put admin, like that, so that, you all know how important this doc is. Anything that belongs to admin, you can put that, right? And then you can put notes, you can put sensitive data, you can do that. You can always use the asterisks to make that information, stand out. And if you have any Google Slides, like any new employee onboarding training or things like that, you want to keep those slides and stuff organized. Like you have slides for the the new employee handbook training, or if if you want to do, new driver training, or, you know, you want to do some compliance trainings, things like that, right? And then Google Docs. So you might have your privacy policies and terms and conditions. And so you can add rows and things like that too. You can add a row below. And so you always have your files here. And then if you have entire folders dedicated to certain, parts of the business, like you might have, your Google Forms folder, right? And you might have something like that up here, all Google Forms. Or you may have a Google Drive folder that contains all the media for the social media accounts. And so you could do, the file name could be social media files. And then you could put the link here. And then that way you don't have to dig through your, everyone can use this master document and always know where everything is, and the link always leading back to it. Okay, so the expenses. This should be fun. Let's see. So we run a laundromat. Let me see if they put any expenses on here for me to have fun with. Oh my gosh. They did. I thought that's, oh, here they go. Okay. All right. So this is really good. I think this is important because I think we don't want to look at these things sometimes. So let's, first of all, if you need to pause the video and fill out any sections of the spreadsheet, please do so now. If not, you can keep following along, watching me do this. So Maple Street. Oh, goodness, the business name is changing already. Look at that. Someone would think it's Maple Laundry, and it's not. All right, so we will put today's date. And the due date. Okay, so when's the due date of the... So let's say we signed up for something today and it's due in 30 days, right? So we might put, that it's due next month. So one of the things I did was I sometimes would put the 6th every month, because these months are going to change and years are going to change. Unless someone comes in here and manually updates it, or unless it does change, where for some reason there was a cancellation and then a reactivation, then this would change from the 6th. But for the most part, I don't really believe putting the whole date is, I just don't. I just thought that was, I used to put things like the 6th. We paid today. Like I said, we signed up today. But you might have some days where you didn't log this right away, but you do want to keep an accurate record of when you are logging, because to help you with the pattern, understanding your pattern history. So if you're not logging them, as you paid, and let's say you paid a couple days ago, but it's today's date, but you paid days ago. It'd be nice if that's not happening all the time, right? Let me see. So expense, we want to say this is software, SaaS. We'll just put software for now. And the vendor here is Square. All right, processing orders at the counter. We'll say cashier. And POS system, basically, like, right? And then we pay. We'll put the dollar sign. We want the spreadsheet to know we are talking about money here. All right, and we'll do that, dollars and cents. Payment method. We'll say we put it on our MasterCard, ending in 6655. Okay, that way we always know like what card we're using, just in case we had to use a different card or we have a new business card, right? And receipt invoice number. So we might get a receipt or invoice number, and you can put it on there. You can even, put some of these things in your Google Workspace Drive. One of your folders in Google Drive might be invoices and receipts. Right, and then you have that that would be Google Drive that goes there. And so we just put drive, and then here the link to those invoices and receipts, right? And so yeah, we pay every month, and we put that receipt number, that invoice number in there, and then we make comments about it. Like we, let's say trial expires in 30 days. We'll decide to keep if we like it. Set reminder to cancel old POS system, and things like that. You should be setting reminders and things like that right away. You shouldn't wait long. Hopefully you're not doing that. Try not to do that. Wait long to do things like that, setting reminders. I use Siri a lot. If you can't pick up your phone, text to speech does work well, and or if you might be using another bot to hands-free bot. But yeah, so you'll have your annual. You have those one-time expenses. This spreadsheet pretty much is not this tab is not that much different than this one. Okay, but this is what it's going to look like when you start putting your stuff in here. Look at it. It looks. I didn't put any links in here, obviously, but this looks. It begins to look beautiful to see all your stuff here whenever you need it, right? So let's move on over. So there's things like, I'll just quickly go over these. You're going to have the Secretary of State Office Management, right? And then your registered agent address. All right, so basically, all right, how to deal with account management. So sometimes you have those security questions and things. Use this spreadsheet to put those kinds of things. Those types of things should always be centralized. There's a lot of security and backup so people can access their accounts again, and you can use this tab for that kind of information. But basically for your actual passwords, try to use your password manager. Use your iCloud keychain, or it's now the Passwords app. Or Chrome Password Manager, or one of the ones up here that it mentions. Okay. I've never used any of the ones above, to be honest. I've only used Passwords and Chrome Password Manager. But that's what this is for you to basically never lock yourself out of the most important accounts, okay, for your business. Okay, compliance obligations. I feel like some of these are really straightforward. Listen, have fun filling this out, and, take your time. Give yourself a challenge. Decide if you're going to do, two, tabs at once, or if you say, okay, I'm going to do this one today, or I'm going to do the template today and then do the tabs, and have fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, just have fun. Make a list and really think about this information. And you might have to do some digging. You might have to log into some accounts, or you might have to look at some emails to say when you signed up for this subscription and when you purchased it and first became a member, and then write down when the due date is. And you might have to do some investigative work to pull some of this together. I'll be honest with you. If I were to go and update my spreadsheet now to my my maintenance and my review, I would have to do some investigative work, because sometimes I don't feel like record keeping, and I feel like this is a little bit of what that is. This is pretty much record keeping, but it's a great snapshot of your business all in front of you right here. No monthly subscriptions right here. Nothing complicating. You're just putting data in the spreadsheet, and you can use the template to grab that other information that you might be finding yourself reaching for more often than usual. So this is really good. I was really excited to do this activity with you, and I hope that you will find using the spreadsheet much more easier, less anxiety, thinking like, oh my gosh, that's so admin-y, administrative-y. So I don't want you to be overwhelmed by it. Like I said, I need to update my own, and but I still, like I said, I fill out a form, or business funding, or going for application. Very quick, swift, fast. All right. I hope you enjoyed this with me. And yes, I have products on Etsy now that should make the lives of business owners much easier. And I'll have other collections coming out. Right now, I have a business owner collection that I'm putting together here. This is part of it. And then I have some more products coming out, a part of that collection. And I plan to put together some video courses, which I'm excited to do. So, all right, you take care. And my website is www.michellejohnson.com. Let me actually go back here and show you. This is me here. And what people get when they download the spreadsheet, a part of the Etsy bundle, is they get the welcome guide and business info sheet. They get some AI prompts to go to help them complete the sheet if they need help. And they get a quick reference sheet like the one I showed you earlier that you can copy and paste into your notes. And they get resources and software, a resources and software sheet as well. So, yeah. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.